Oh, hello there and welcome to another Musical Gems episode. This one's going to be very different to what everyone's used to. It's basically a bonus episode containing content that was either cut or forgotten from previous Musical Gems videos. So we're going to have 5 items related to previous videos that we've done in the past. And then we're going to have a few other bonus things that just don't, they don't deserve a video of their own, or they just don't fit in with anything else we've done. So we're going to start off with a Slipknot album. This one didn't really deserve a spot in the previous video that I did because, as far as most people are concerned, it's not actually an official release. There are rumours that it existed at some point in Slipknot's career, but I think the general consensus is that this is mostly fan-made. And that's not only the track listing, but it's also the actual physical product itself. This is just what I consider a fairly good quality bootleg. It's got a bunch of previous Slipknot songs that you probably won't find on Make, Feed, Kill, Repeat, and you won't find anywhere else either. Most likely with Anders, the original singer. So it's really just a fan package put together that I wanted in my collection just because I like the idea of owning it. I quite like the artwork, I like the name. Maybe not the Z, but...
just about to say, it seems too small. Yeah,
it is a little too small. Yeah. But one thing I do like about it, it's not actually a booklet, but it's kind of like a glossy piece of like quite high quality card. Yeah, it's like a photo. Yeah, so it's good quality in that sense.
And a photo, guys, is what we used to have in the past, where we used to get them physically printed from our local photo shop.
Shout out to Jessup's.
The only place that still does it.
And Snappy Snaps. Take you down to Snappy Snaps. And so yeah, both sides of I mean, I don't quite like that. Oh, you're not really getting that there. But I don't like that it's all on one side. But the actual design is fairly good. So that's probably the only thing that I would say was missing from our Slipknot video. Besides what I'll show you next, which again is not an official release. It's not even an original, really. This is the Make, Feed, Kill, Repeat vinyl. So this again, I think, has just been made by some fan or some opportunist. And it's just quite a cool thing to own, just because it is what it is. And it harps back to a very rare release in Slipknot's history that a lot of people...
I think this is an official release.
No, this isn't by Slipknot.
No?
They don't even consider this an album. They consider it a demo. They wouldn't put it on vinyl. I don't know if that's coming across there. All music, arrangements and lyrics written by Slipknot. Copyright 1996, Pale One Music, all rights reserved. So Pale One Music was the record label that put this out. As far as I'm concerned, this isn't official. But if anyone knows otherwise, let me know. But I think they would have made CDs before they made vinyl. Let's put it that way. Anyway, I'll take it out. You can tell it's a fairly low quality make. Just because it seems to have bleeding of some sort of ink or colouring in there. I don't think that's intentional. This is Lewis's one we're opening here. I have one at home that has a completely different mark on it, so it doesn't seem intentional. But have you played this? Have you given it a spin? I think they work. I don't see why they wouldn't. You can see all of the appropriate lines. Sorry if you can hear a bit of banging there. We live quite close to someone next door that's banging about. But anyway, yeah, so that's the Make, Feed, Kill, Repeat vinyl. I've got better at saying that word since the last video. If you want to see any other Slipknot content, we go through all of their limited edition albums and a few bonuses in a couple of other episodes. But this is the bits that didn't make the cut. Next up is, for those that watched our Korn videos, we've got 3 of those currently. And these are just a few extras, well, really just one extra that didn't make it into that video. So one of them was very heavily focused on Issues, and we went through all the alternative covers for that were competition winners and runners-up. Here we have the cassette for Issues. So these had limited release in Russia by various different record companies. This one here, sorry, I'm not quite sure. Why is that not focusing? There we go. This one was by Williams Records.
Tried to Google them, nothing.
Yeah, nothing came up. Absolutely nothing. But it seems like down here, sorry, yeah, I think that's done. That it is a USA company, but you can see there's Russian text down here, and they definitely did sell these in Russia. I'll just open it up. It's fairly low quality. I mean, this is almost like printer paper. You can see just how flimsy it is.
Although they often were with cassettes, I found, to be honest. It was often this sort of thin paper.
Yeah. Even some of the bigger ones didn't really. But, I mean, you can see here all the finalists. It's even got the names of the people that designed these runner-up images. And it's got the track listing on side A and B here. So there's the cassette. I don't think there's anything particularly special about that, other than the fact that it's got Russian writing, yeah. Again, no different on the other side. So that's the cassette of issues. I don't believe you can get the alternative covers in cassette format or even in vinyl format, but I could be wrong. We also have another sealed one here by, seemingly by Sony. It says down here, Sony Music, only for sale in CIS, which we discovered...
It was mainly Russia.
Mostly Russian region. But on the back here, you can see the difference between the cassettes is pretty striking. I mean, obviously, they're the exact same album, the exact same track listing, but completely different artwork. I mean, it even goes down to the spines. There's even, you might not be able to tell on the video here, but there's coloration differences here. This is brighter, this one's more pale. This is sealed, so we're not going to open this one, just because we are collectors ourselves, so we do like to keep something sealed. But you can see the difference. I think both of these had distribution in Russia and not so much elsewhere, because Russia was quite a slow developing country at the time, and cassettes were still a mainstream media used for music, and in some places still is. So that's why I think the cassettes were they didn't go out on CD, because not many people had CD players. And just for anyone who's not aware of cassettes, that's the sort of size distance between that and a normal CD-ROM. Again, same on there, but not on the back. This one has the same artwork. So that's, it's a little issues bonus. And then we do actually have 2 items for the issues. This next one was intended to be in the video, but I completely forgot to add it. So it's a little issues doll, as seen on the artwork. I think it's supposed to mimic that. It's not 100% in my eyes, but it's pretty close. On the back here, it's got issues written on it. So yeah, this was supposed to be in the other video, but I forgot, so it's good that it's now got his little place in there. This was custom made by a fan. I think it only cost me around £10, but they're usually around 30 to 40 for a good quality plush. Next up is, most of you who have watched all of the Musical Gems videos will remember this Radiohead box set, which is, I think, 6 to 7 of their albums, starting from their first all the way up to their live album, I believe. In that video, you might have remembered that I mentioned the Greatest Hits, which released in the same year, I believe, by the record company, not by the band. This is the Greatest Hits that accompanied it. Comes in a white sleeve, which has the 2 little almost stick figure people. On the back here, you can see the track listing. For good or worse, it's got most of their memorable tracks on there, and even has True Love Waits, the live track, that up till the point that this came out didn't have a studio release, so for a lot of people that was reason enough to buy this if they didn't have the live album. Inside is just very plain and simple, and CD2 is just the same but contrasting colour. Don't think there's anything special in the book. It's got a lot of pretending to care blurb about the band, but it does tell you the albums that the songs come from, and that is everything in this box set as well. You don't get anything beyond those albums. Again, there's not really much in here worth going over. It's just general information about the band that you should already know, and some really corny early 90s.
Oh, corny!
Yeah.
This is the other this is the Nirvana with the Lights Out box set, which we did a video on. So if you're interested in this, it's mammoth. Check that video out. But if you did watch it already and you loved it, which I'm sure you did, because
we made it.
We made it, and we are the best. You would have noticed that I mentioned that it had a Greatest Hits released for this. Now, just briefly, this is basically, it doesn't say anything on the back, but it's basically unreleased tracks from Nirvana and Kurt Cobain, stuff you wouldn't have heard anywhere else, not on any other live studio albums or anything like that. So it's really rare and hard to find and quite raw tracks. This is a Greatest Hits of that. Pretty pointless, really, but, that's corny love for you. It says here, oh, come on, Thank you. Best of the box. So I think this is considered a box set. Well, there might be another reason why it's called the box, but you can see here on the back the track listing of everything that they consider to be the best tracks from that track list. There's nothing too special inside, I don't think. It's got quite cool artwork. I mean, it's, you know, does Nirvana justice, because this is the sort of thing they probably would have put on their own best of or live album. Nothing too special in the book. I mean, it does have pictures of artwork and cassette tapes and stuff that, you know, mega Nirvana fans would be interested in at least having a couple of seconds glance at. But again, if you've got books or you've got the journals by Kurt Cobain and stuff, this is all stuff you probably would have seen before. Fecal matter. Okay, so that's the best of the box by Nirvana. So this is Dave McPherson's live album, Dreamoirs, or yeah, Dreamoirs is probably the right way to say it. He is the lead singer of In Me. We did an In Me video, and we probably will do others in future, possibly. There's a track listing on the side there, and it also has a special edition Dreamoirs live session as well, which is probably just some of the songs from this sung live. So I will. Oh, got this one signed as well. Thanked me personally. That's all right, Dave. Don't worry about it, mate. You know, buy me a pint later, or just give me this, which you did. So this is the Make Believe, Dave McPherson and the Make Believe. I think these are the live tracks from the album. This is the actual album. Pretty fancy artwork, if I do say so myself. They've just got the CDs in, and then there's a booklet here with, I believe, just lyrics from the songs and thank you messages and that sort of thing. So if you're an In Me fan, you know, and you like more of their softer stuff, I would check out Dave McPherson. He's got, on his Bandcamp, he's got like 50 albums because he just never stops writing music, but there's a few that he's officially released. There's another one, but it's only in a jewel case, so it's not really much to show off that I own. But yeah, if you're an In Me fan and you're into the softer stuff, I would check out Dave McPherson stuff. Moving along, this is all stuff now that's not really related to videos we've done in the past, but it is stuff that, if I had more of it, probably would have ended up having its own music.
Yeah, we couldn't think of anywhere to put it, so
no,
we'll shove it in this one.
We wanted to show it off, so this is what this opportunity is for. In the cassette tape theme, we're just showing off Lewis's copy of Load by Metallica. Nothing too special to show there, but inside it's actually quite good. It's not just a sleeve. I mean, the cassette's nothing to write home about, but they never really were. But the actual sleeve is pretty impressive. So you open it up and it's got, you know, pictures of the members of the band. I don't really know what a lot of it is. Is it lyrics? I mean, it can't be lyrics to the whole song, surely, but maybe it is. I mean, they're not exactly known for pouring their hearts out. But yeah, that's quite cool for a cassette tape. Oh, there's more on the back as well. So yeah, I mean, I know cassette tapes aren't necessarily uber rare, but you just don't see them anymore. So we just thought it would be nice to show that at the same time. And we're not the biggest Metallica fans in the world, and someone did ask us to do a Metallica video, so we didn't get to do a video, I'm afraid, but look at that!
Maybe someday in the future, and if so, then that cassette tape will feature in that video
exactly.
as well.
If we ever do one, do.
Corny.
That's a corny do. Right, so for the Metallica fan out there that wanted a video, that's it. That is for you.
This 30 seconds of this video is for you.
Yeah, it's dedicated to you.
Yeah.
We'll find out your name and we will say this video is dedicated to blah blah in the credits.
Yeah, well, we can edit this in. This video is dedicated to... I'll just put it
That's
on
very
there,
nice of you to say, Lewis. Very nice of you to say. Okay, so did that
I can just put it in the mic.
Yeah.
Might sound a bit weird because it's on a different mic, but...
Don't put that bit in.
It's
right,
fine.
next video. This is for...
Next video.
Thank you, because that could have gone terribly wrong. Derailed.
Saved by the Lewis. That's what I like to say.
That's to Saved by the Bell fans there. Anyone who's watched that show in their youth, or even in their... What's the opposite of youth?
Old.
Oh.
Yeah,
in
but
their
I
old.
want it to sound like the word youth.
It's in their senior years.
Or in their sooth.
Anybody talking about Saved by the Bell is old at this point.
Yeah, so it'll all be in their sooth.
I watched it.
Be in your youth. Whereas some people might be watching it in their
They might watch
sooth.
it in the present as well.
Yeah, but they will be in their Sooth.
Sooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, there might be a deleted scenes episode that comes out after this. So, this next part is for Billy Talent fans. This is an album by a band that were once known as Pezz. And the album's called Watoosh! Alright, just so you know what you're getting yourself into. So, it was the only album they ever released, although they did release a couple of EPs. This is what Billy Talent were known as at the time. I did find out at one point why they changed their name, but I can't remember what it is.
Well, it's because Pezz is a shit name.
Oh, it's because another band was called Pezz. So if you think it's shit, they're all clamming for it.
Everybody's going, I want it, Pezz!
It's also a candy.
It is. It is. It's candy in America. So, or chocolate bar.
No,
so this
not
is
chocolate.
1999 when this came out. I think Billy Talent's debut album, the self-titled one, came out in 2001. This is a really good album. Most bands that have to change their name, their previous work is pretty subpar. This, in my eyes, sounds like a Billy Talent album. It's just as well... well, it just sounds as polished and as good as a Billy Talent album, and that's why I like it so much. So I'll show you the CD. I don't think it's much different to the actual artwork, but there it is. If you're a Billy Talent fan, go and find this. I think you can listen to the whole thing on YouTube in fairly good quality. Oh, and this was distributed on a magazine, and I think it was after they became Billy Talent, so this was for the fans, really. They didn't release it like this at the time. Next up, we have an Oasis best of. So I did want to do an Oasis album at some point, not an album, a video at some point, but I don't have enough Oasis stuff. And to be fair, I shamefully only really got quite well into them recently, so I haven't got much of their stuff. So this is called Stop the Clocks, and it was all songs picked by members of the band before they, stopped talking entirely. There's another one that came out fairly recently, within the last couple of years, that is mostly their singles. But this has got stuff from, their B-sides album and stuff people consider to be better Oasis tracks without necessarily being big hitter singles. So I think if you're a big Oasis fan, this is the best of to get. So I'll open it up and we'll just briefly show you what comes with it. It's got fairly basic art. I'm not sure if this was picked by members of the band, but this looks like, your generic Oasis album front cover. So I think they probably had some input. And then here you've got kind of this book that sleeves off to reveal the track listing and some of the extras that you get. There's a whole interview with members of the band, a live show, actually 2 live shows, and then a film trailer for Lord Don't Slow Me Down, which I haven't seen myself, but I believe kind of is a documentary on Oasis. And this booklet here is pictures, song lyrics, just bits and pieces for fans of the band or upcoming fans of the band. I'm sure a lot of people will point out the various bits and bobs I got wrong about this. Again, I'm not a massive Oasis fan and I don't know every detail down to the T. But it's a big box and I wanted to show it off and it probably didn't deserve its own video. So there it is. That's Stop the Clocks by Oasis. One of the other pieces we've got here is the Driver San Francisco vinyl. So Lewis and I, back in 2011, went to a gaming festival or expedition called Game Fest, which was run by a store called Game in the UK, which is essentially the difference between America's GameStop. They're pretty much the same thing. They ran a festival for 1 year only, and they gave us a lot of freebies. We also got like an Avatar big box, didn't we, with a figure and a game in it, which we might show at some point in future, because there didn't seem to be anywhere else. But this was also given out, and we thought at the time this is going to be mega rare one day. And no one really liked this game, did they? Or if they did, no one was really shouting about it.
No one cares.
No. So we're going to open it now, because we don't give a toss anymore either. So
I'm interested in what the vinyl's like inside.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be a basic black vinyl. Because
So we have differing memories of this, because I think it's green inside, but I could be wrong.
I remember people opening, with the Avatar thing as well, they literally,
boxes everywhere,
kids
weren't
just
there?
ripping them out.
Making them have sets.
Yeah.
There was even toys just left on
And
the
it was the
pavement
same with this.
afterwards.
People were just opening this just because they were curious. We
Curious,
kept it in good condition.
So it's for the... I don't know why it has 360 up here, because I don't think it was exclusive to that console. console, and this isn't anything to do with the game. It's to do with the music.
Maybe it came with some sort of special edition.
Possibly.
I don't even
they
know.
were just getting rid of it.
They were just getting rid of bollocks, that they had in the warehouse.
So you can see the track listing here and the artists if you are in any way interested. I'm not quite sure what type of music it is, but I think this game was based in the 80s, so it's probably sort of soul and jazz and, that sort of thing. I could be wrong. So we'd like people to put in the comments before they get to the next part what colour they think this vinyl's going to be. I think the main choices are black or green, but we could both be wrong. So please put in the comments what colour you think it's going to be before we open this. Pause it. Pause it.
Yeah, pause it. Don't wait and then put it up. That's cheating.
Fucking we're full of cheaters, this channel.
Whoever wins a
Metallica cassette.
Yeah, and an ice cream van.
And an ice cream van. How are you going to...
He
hasn't thought that through.
I'll drive.
I'll drive it. Driver. Oh.
Yeah.
Look who's the driver now. Right, so let's open this up. This bit was only supposed to be 20 seconds
It's been
long.
in the windowsill for a bit.
Yeah,
so
it has weathered a bit.
It is, yeah, it's a little bit... Oh, God, careful.
Oh, yeah. Oh, baby.
This is strangely erotic.
I know. I do it so you can't edit this boring part out. Baby. Give us some more.
I'll just speed it up.
Show off your cellophane.
That's right, rip it off, baby.
You're going to speed it up and someone's going to slow it down and hear what I'm actually saying. Right. So you can see it in a little bit more detail now because it doesn't have that sheen. So let's take the baby out. What colour is it going to be?
Oh, it's green. Is it yellow?
Oh, God. For fuck's sake.
None of us were right. It's yellow.
It's definitely it's a luminous yellow, isn't it?
It's still a cool looking... I mean, they could have just done it black. So they've...
I think that's the... Oh, no, it does say driver on the back.
So they have done something there, haven't they?
Yeah, it's quite nice looking.
Give them something. The black is almost certainly the cheapest option.
Yeah,
because when you look at bands just releasing vinyls because it's trendy now, they're always black.
Yeah.
If they're not putting any effort into it. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool.
If you're a driver fan, I mean, I haven't seen if these things are out
and
there.
Before people start complaining about him touching it like that, it's a shitty vinyl, I'm never going to play it.
But I probably would have done it if it cost 200 quid.
You're not doing it with my other vinyls. You are not handling my other vinyls.
Watch this space, guys.
I handled a vinyls with him once and he scratched it with his fingernail to see what it felt like.
That was fun, and it felt good. So, that's the Drive of San Francisco soundtrack on vinyl. Yeah, it exists. So the last item, the very last item. Have we left best till last? No. Well, it depends who I'm talking to. There's one person in the world where I'd say we 100% have left the best till last. This is a little bit of a plug for someone in our family. This is a recent album by Marie Dance, which is the sister of the two people you can hear talking in this video.
Hello.
Thanks, Lewis. This is a band, sort of folk country indie rock band called the Purple Shoes. Marie and Mike, I believe these are supposed to represent the two members of the band. It's called Small Town Fairy Tales. Got the track listing on the back here. It's fairly well put together. I think they've put a lot of work into the music and the artwork. They've got a lot more music out there that you can grab on Spotify or Google or whatever, wherever you listen to your music. And if you like it, there's a possibility we might do a whole discography of this band just because, it has a personal connection to me and Lewis. And if you want to listen to something a little bit different to the normal stuff we cover, then give this album a listen and let us know what you thought. So that is our little bonus gems episode, if you like, just for the fans of musical gems. We hope you liked it, and let us know your thoughts. Maybe we'll do more of these sort of outtakey, forgotten pieces in future. Have fun. Enjoy yourselves.
See you later.
Listen to all of this.
You need to buy all of this.
Yeah, apart from that.
You can't buy that.
No.
You can buy it off me for any money.
Remember to guess the colour!
Of Metallica?
No, that's what they're going to win.
Oh, right, and the ice cream van.
And the ice cream van.
Yeah.
Bye!